Aloha mai kako everyone, this is Ululani and welcome back to my channel. This month's theme is very close to my heart. It's about Mauna Kea. And if you don't know what's going on with Mauna Kea, I will explain it. So Mauna Kea is the tallest mountain on the island of Hawaii in our state. And it's the ideal place to build telescopes. Why? Because it's such a high mountain, and because we're in an island in the middle of the Pacific, there is very little light pollution. So what I mean is, when you look at the world at night, all of our lights are super bright, and this can affect our telescopes if we're looking at the stars. And because Hawaii Island is in the middle of the Pacific, the only light pollution is from the cities around the island and other islands around Hawaii. And really, it's minimal compared to any other places. And it's such a high mountain. If you measure Mauna Kea from the bottom of the ocean, it's the tallest mountain in the world. But from the ocean, it's not. However, however, Mauna Kea has been really desecrated for multiple years. There have already been built 13 telescopes, and environmentally it's a huge issue because we have a lot of native species that are only found in that climate. It snows at Mauna Kea. I know it's snow in Hawaii. What? We believe there are multiple different gods that live at Mauna Kea, and it's a sacred space. Mauna Kea used to have a glacial cap. So when the glacier melted, it created a lake called Lake Waiau. There's also a goddess, Waiau. But Lake Waiau, and that lake is really, really sacred to us. Many of our ali'i are chiefs. There's many like mo'olelo or stories of our chiefs like swimming through that lake, and I'm telling you, it's cold. Swimming through the lake in times of hardship, it's kind of a place you go to clear, and after you've went through a lot of hardship, you go there to find yourself and go through this journey to center yourself. So Mauna Kea is like a really significant place for us, and unfortunately there's been a lot of desecration of that place, and now they're trying to build one more telescope, and it's huge compared to the past ones. So it's called TMT, or 30-meter telescope. That's what it stands for. And the amount of digging under the earth and above and building above is insane. There's a lot of health issues that people have been controversial about these telescopes. A lot of the chemicals that they need to clean the telescopes are kind of toxic to people. They're not kind of, they are toxic to people. And so people are scared, and it's a very controversial topic, but people are scared because some of these chemicals have been found to be leaking in the water systems. And it's not enough to affect people all the way down towards the population when if these chemicals make it all the way through the bottom of the aquifers that go into our sinks and so on. But it's kind of the idea of like, oh, I won't get poisoned, but if I only have 1 drop of poison in my drink, it's not enough to affect me. But the fact is that, it's there, right? So it's been a battle, and in about 2015, they wanted to build TMT, and plenty of people protested, and it was a big deal. And it got halted. We thought we won, and we didn't. It started back up this year. So there is a lot of financial discussion on why TMT would be a benefit to us, and all these things. So it's been an ongoing battle, but overall, right now, people are protesting, and It became viral on the internet. I believe mostly because of some of the moves that our leaders made. So our kupuna, or our elders, decided that they were going to stand on the front line. And they decided that they were going to, only them were going to be arrested. So it made a big impact. People watching videos of elders getting carried away, crying, begging to respect their sacred land, blocking the machines from going up the mountain to go create this, was really impactful, and it became viral, and a lot of people recognized our struggle. And so it is a huge movement now, Ku Kia'i Mauna, to stand with our kia'i that protect the Mauna. And really, they've set up a pu'uhonua. So pu'uhonua in Hawaiian beliefs is a place of safety. So in Hawaiian culture, if you're being persecuted for any reason and you made it to a pu'uhonua, you were able to stop being persecuted. So for example, something crazy like I killed someone, so I had to be killed for punishment. But if I made it to a pu'uhonua, then nothing could happen to me. This was a place of peace, no matter how severe my actions were. So they've set up camp Pu'uhonua, and it's called Pu'uhonua o Pu'uhuluhulu because it's on or by Pu'uhuluhulu, which is a little mountain at the base of Mauna Kea, or the base of the access road to go up towards Mauna Kea. This is a really well-functioning camp. There's free food, there is free medical care, there is free education, there are classes that people are teaching, there is free daycare, there are places for you to drop off your kids and go experience, and then there's protocol 3 times a day. So actually 4 if you count the morning olis. So at sunrise you get up and you do a series of olis, including ealae, which is you greeting the sun. And then you have protocol at 8 and go eat after. Then there's a bunch of classes and other things that are going on, activities like block printing, art, all kinds of things. And then there's protocol at 12, which is usually the most crowded one because a lot of people who live in Hawaii Island just go up for 12 o'clock protocol and then go home. And then there's protocol at 6 p.m. And after protocol at 6 p.m., people eat, and then lights are out around 9 p.m. because there's really nothing else to do, and people just go back to their cars or tents and just chill and fall asleep. It's really cold, obviously, and it's really a place to center yourself spiritually. I learned a lot when I went, and it was a life-changing moment, and I was really glad that I had that privilege to go. But I was really affected by it, and so I thought right when I came back, I have to make my theme about Mauna Kea. So, sorry, I haven't really talked about the pages, but you saw my Olelo no Eao and then my mood tracker. For my mood tracker, if you don't know what that helmet was, it's just one of the helmets in Hawaiian culture that basically warriors or chiefs would wear. Not too much warriors, like they would get ruined, but sometimes people of importance when they were going to war, for sure. And my ho'ono'ono'o, and here I go with my weekly plan. So this specific, I guess what you guys would call tiki, is important because it represents Ku, our god of war, and it's specifically Ku Kia'i Mauna, so the god of war that protects the kia'i of the Mauna, the protectors of the mountain. And this is carried around by a lot of the people who are leading this movement. So I thought it'd be appropriate to include it as the first week, because this is what people scream, is Kukia I Mauna, and it really just represents this whole movement. I decided to put another Olalo no Ea on this page just because I couldn't decide which one to do between the two. And I was really like inspired, and I wanted to make this month's theme really centered towards culture. So yeah, Mauna Kea kua hivi kuha'o I ka malie. So Mauna Kea, standing alone in the calm. Yeah, it's a again pretty tall mountain, but these telescopes, you can see them from far away. Some people call them the pimples, because you can see them from far away, and they're just like these white balls, and they look like little pimples. The experience of people and them saying, so another saying is kapu aloha. So like, there's a lot of different definitions for kapu aloha, but essentially it's you standing for what you believe in, without being violent or in some ways like really inappropriate. Like, you're gonna stand in aloha but still like push for what you believe in enough to like not stand down. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be nice about this and I'm gonna like be factual, but I'm not going to be so nice that I get bulldozer over, if that makes any sense. Again, it's a hard thing to explain. This week's theme, I went for the really long columns. I thought it'd be pretty cool. I don't think I've done one of these yet. So this is me writing kapu aloha, like I was trying to explain. And I suggest you go. Like, the camp is still going. And it's so worth it. Sorry. It's so worth the experience, and it's so worth just being there. And like, I swore, I got so excited. I was like, this is effing beautiful. And an auntie looked at me and she's like, kapu aloha, don't let all that opala out of your mouth. So opala means trash. And I literally was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, auntie. And she just like, oh, it's okay, bebe, but just kapu aloha. Be respectful. And I was like, oh my god. If you don't know Hawaii, you call anybody auntie. So like, anybody that's older than you, it's a respect thing. I know it's weird, but it's just the way it is. So go there. My suggestion, see it for yourself. A lot of people don't believe in this movement, and then they go and experience what people are doing, and they're just astonished, and they realize that it's pretty amazing. So Mauna Kea has a bunch of different pu'u, or a bunch of different like little hills, essentially. I think that's the English equivalent. So I found this picture that someone posted of Mauna Kea, and they named all the different pu'u. So I thought it was a really good picture, and I'll have a link down below. But yeah, there's so many. This is even all of them, and I thought it was important. So Lake Waiau, that lake I was talking about, that is super important. That's a glacial lake. That's one of the goddesses that live up there, is Waiau. And a lot of them are just all sisters, but the main goddess that lives up is Poliahu. And Poliahu is the goddess of snow in general. And a lot of people don't know about her. And by a lot of people, I just mean a lot of people that aren't Hawaiian or live in Hawaii. A lot of people just know about Pele, the goddess of lava. But Poliahu is kind of like her, I guess, like her enemy. They fight a lot, essentially. But Poliahu always wins. A lot of people don't know that. Poliahu, every time in the battle, Poliahu always wins versus Pele. So snow always wins over lava. I guess it's pretty funny, but everyone always just thinks Pele is like the strongest and coolest goddess ever. so they don't know this. Um, so here's a picture of just the top of Pu'uhuluhulu when you hike it. There's a huge Hawaiian flag that's upside down. And what does it mean when a flag is upside down? It means that people are fighting for sovereignty, and it's the sovereign nation is in a time of distress. So this is also a little controversial because people are saying that like Hawaiians are in a time of distress because they are creating this camp and we're thriving and we're like really coming back together. But essentially, we are in a time of distress. Like a lot of our rights are still not been figured out. If you don't know the history of Hawaii, we're illegally occupied by the United States of Hawaii, United States of America, and this isn't a controversial topic at all. It's a fact because there was no treaty that was, I guess, came about that was created when the United States came and occupied Hawaii. Um, businessmen, businessmen with the help of the military, the American military, of Marines, essentially, specifically, went and imprisoned our queen. They imprisoned her in her own home, gunpoint, and they overthrew the government, the monarchy. So I've inserted some of the clips from Mauna Kea from when I went up there, and I thought it'd be interesting. But essentially, we are overthrown by the United States of America. There was no treaty. We were recognized as an independent nation, as a sovereign nation, and we're still illegally occupied, and lots of people are against it. So, with that being said, again, it's not controversial at all. It's a fact. Look it up. But here are some of the hula. There's me with the red shirt and the brown hat dancing hula. And yeah, this is Aikamumu Keke, which has a whole different significance. I'm not going to go into it in this video. But this was an awesome experience. Again, there are live feeds if you want to go see and check it out. But again, Mauna Kea, protect Mauna Kea, Ola TMT, those are all the hashtags that they're using. Here is another dance. This is about Poliahu, specifically the goddess of snow. And this is danced and sung by two of the main protectors that they both actually back in 2015 went and stopped the breaking of the ground to the machines. A lot of people this time around what do I say that? They chained themselves, that's the word. They chained themselves onto the cattle guards so the machines couldn't go up, and that was a huge deal. But anyways, I really hope you guys liked this month's theme and you learned a lot about Mauna Kea and you enjoy some of this footage. Again, this is actually during protocol. This is 12 o'clock protocol. So we meet right on the road and we dance, we chant, and we share knowledge and announcements with each other. It's beautiful. So I really do suggest you go. If you have a ho'okupu or an offering of some sort that's formal, you do it during these times. But if you don't, you just go to the ahu or the altar and give it to them. Give it to the altar and so on. But it's just a beautiful dance. This is literally my favorite. And it begins with Honolulu no Eau, so it's perfectly it's Opoliahu no Wahine Tapu or Kapu, depending on your dialect. It's just gorgeous. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'm really sorry if I sounded like I was dying because it's the morning, but mostly because it's a hard topic to talk about. And I'm sure I'll get some crazy comments because it's so controversial, but it's worth for people to learn about And as a professor has told me, you should care about Mauna Kea. If you don't care about the legality of it, you should, about us being illegally occupied and using crown lands or lands that were our queen's lands for something that Hawaiians don't agree on. You should care about legal things. If you don't care about that, care about the environment and all the native species that will be lost. If you don't care about that, then care about the culture of the people that's being lost. If you don't care about any of that, maybe you should really try and think about what you do care about. But essentially, this is an important thing for all Hawaiian people that's been occurring. And yeah, so mahalo for listening to me share about my experience and about Mauna Kea in general. I hope you have a good day. Aloha mai. Ahui ho.